Sorry. I probably do that.
So
Exactly.
for a while there, we were using one.
I don't keep up for a while.
I couldn't.
I
We only
was
had one
library.
thing on it to start. Went into that.
No, I don't
Or
think
I
does
could
he only
find
come
one.
when he has his report? I
Here,
think
I
so,
couldn't find
yeah.
tonight's.
It's never been anything.
I mean,
I got a copy.
yeah,
Sure. Do something with it.
Right.
I mean, is it something that he wants us to start doing? Is that-
I don't know.
I don't have my distance glasses. Gotta go out to my house.
Yeah. They narrowed it down to 3 candidates.
Okay, 7 o'clock, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Barlow.
Here.
Brem.
Here.
Devroy.
Here.
McLean.
Here.
Nesbit.
Here.
Rezegi.
Here.
Rocha.
Here.
Stenzelbarton.
Here.
Tassava.
Here. Please rise, pledge the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, welcome everybody tonight. Everybody has a revised agenda in front of themselves. We have 2 items that were left at your station here. First item, we're going to remove item J right off the agenda items, but we'll stay with the same sequence, just we won't have a J. The first item here is a flow meter purchase installation. That's on your new agenda, but you can identify your paper as 10L. And the next item is authorization for AT&T easement. That's going to be 10M. It's listed on your agenda by those numbers, but it wasn't on your paper at your desk. So remove item J, 10J completely. Add on your paper 10M and 10L. So anything else? Any other additions to the agenda, corrections?
I move to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
Motion by Rocha, supported by Brem. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say. Also in your packet, you have the minutes from your March 10th, 2025 regular meeting. Any additions or corrections to that?
I have one, Your Honor.
Yeah.
On the PDF, page 9, with a heading of 4528, section 11, section C, 3rd paragraph, it says direction of stall. It should be direction of staff, I believe.
Oh, mine says staff. Or wait. Oh, yeah.
Item
I
11,
see.
section
Yeah,
C,
yeah.
3rd paragraph.
I'm going to take
Yeah.
your word for it. She's sitting there. She'll make that correction.
Oh, okay.
Right down here, Jim.
Anything else?
Oh, okay. I was looking.
Listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
the minutes as amended.
Support. Elizabeth?
Yep.
Did you find her?
Did, yes, thank you.
Okay, motion by Brem, supported by Nesbit to approve the March 10th, 2025 regular meeting minutes as approved, as correct, excuse me. Anything else? Roll call.
Brem.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
McLean.
Yeah.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, public hearings, we have none. Public comment. Patrick? Okay. I was all excited about you getting up there and introducing yourself.
Well, I didn't want
Any
to mess up your
comment?
comment, your question section, which is in for the mayor and council comments in 15. I'll go last.
Okay.
Mind if I go, Mr. Mayor?
Pardon me?
Mind if I go?
Sure. Anybody wants to do it, leave your quarter at the door.
Hi, my name is Sam Kale, and I'm here today as a representative of Rank My Vote, which is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization working to bring ranked choice voting to Michigan through a 2026 ballot initiative. We're hosting a town hall at the Hastings Public Library on April 16th at 5:30 to discuss the problems stemming from our current voting system and how a simple change to our ballots can give us a healthier democracy. So if you or someone you know is interested in finding out more, you can go to rankmyvote.org. That's rankmivote.org, where you can learn more about what ranked choice voting is, our organization, and also register for the event. So thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Sam, what was the time again? 5:30?
5:30, April 16th at 5:30.
And where was that at?
Hastings Public Library in the conference room.
Yeah.
Here we go, asking questions. Thanks, Sam. Anybody else?
Reiterate. Yeah.
Okay, Dave Hatfield's not here tonight. Items for action by unanimous consent. You have 8 items on your, 8 invoices on the agenda for $118,165.80. Do I hear a motion to approve and place on file?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Support.
Okay, a motion by Stencil Barton, supported by Deb Roy, to accept and place 8 invoices totaling $118,165.80. Place on file. Any discussion? No, no discussion. Roll call.
Rocha.
Yes.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item B, in your packet, you have, or at your table tonight, you had Bill Nesbitt's resignation from First Ward and the City Council. Any discussion? Make a motion to accept Bill's resignation with regret.
I'll make the motion to accept it with regret, Your Honor.
Motion by Stencil Barton, supported by Brem, to accept Bill Nesbitt's resignation from council. Accept it with regret. Any comments? Roll call.
Devroy.
Yes.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Items of business. First item, conduct second reading and adoption of ordinance number 627, amending the Woodland Meadows Plan Unit Development. Information is in your packet. This is the second reading. Anybody have any questions of this? Do I hear a motion to adopt ordinance number 627?
I'll make that motion. Support.
Okay, motion by Rezegi, supported by Nesbit, to adopt ordinance number 627, amending the Woodland Meadows Plan Unit Development. Any questions, discussion? Roll call.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item B, also in your packet, you have the second reading and adoption of ordinance number 628, establishing purchasing procedures as presented. Everybody get a chance to look that over again. Any questions?
No, I'll make the motion to approve and adopt ordinance 628.
Second.
Barlow?
Yes.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Barlow, to adopt ordinance number 628, establishing the purchasing procedure as presented. Any discussion? Roll call.
Rezegi.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, next item. Conduct second reading and adoption of ordinance number 629, amending section 90-883B4, increasing the maximum driveway width at the property line from 20 feet to 24 feet. Any discussion on that? Any questions?
No, I'll make the motion to approve and adopt ordinance number 629.
Support.
Okay, Motion made by McLean, supported by Devroy, to adopt ordinance number 629, amending section 90-883B4, increasing the maximum driveway width at the property line from 20 feet to 24 feet. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Oops, I think I got ahead of myself. Next item D. Give me just a second. Motion to approve resolution 2025-08 to recognize the Jingle Mingle Committee of the Berry County Chamber of Commerce as a nonprofit operating in the community for the purpose of obtaining a charitable license. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Support.
Okay, motion by Rezegi, supported by McLean, to adopt resolution 2025-08 to recognize the Jingle and Mingle Committee of the Berry County Chamber of Commerce as a nonprofit operating in the community for the purpose of obtaining a charitable gaming license. And what they're going to do, if everybody read the packet, they're one of the fundraisers this year, because it's been kind of we've lost money at the Jingle Mingle every year, and somebody's always stepped up and picked up the difference. This year, we're going to, instead of having a ball drop and being that money going to, who was that going to, Dan? Used to go to.
Which one is that?
Sue Larky, Logie?
Largy.
What was that money going through? Promise, Family Promise.
Family Promise.
It used to go to Family Promise, but this year, Sue Largy is on the Jingle Mingle Committee, and she talked us into going with this ball drop. And what they do is they'll have a golf outing, and then they'll have golf balls, and they'll sell tickets, raffle tickets. Then they'll sell tickets for different numbered balls, and the helicopter will drop the ball, and the first one in the hole wins some money. So that's what they're doing this year. Didn't know if anybody really knew what was going on, but they need a gaming license, nonprofit operating in the community, and a gaming license to do that. So we have a motion by Rezegi and support by McLean for that, right?
Yes.
Any further comments? Did I explain that pretty well?
Yeah, sounds
We're
fun.
dropping golf balls from a helicopter.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to
I am so into
envision
this.
that.
It'll be over the green at Legacy Golf Course. I'm guessing probably about 10 feet.
Does anybody remember the show WKRP in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Turkey Drop?
Turkeys.
This has got to be as much fun as that.
We're not doing anything inhumane.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Okay, motion was made by Rezegi, supported by McLean, to adopt resolution 2025-08. No further discussion, roll call.
Barlow,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yeah.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item E, motion to adopt resolution 2025-05 to accept North Jackson Street, South Hayes Street, North Kelly Avenue, North Jefferson Street into the municipal street system. Do I hear a motion to?
I'll make that motion, sir. Support.
Motion by Barlow, supported by Nesbith, to adopt resolution 2025 to accept North Jackson Street, South Hayes Street, North Kelly Avenue, North Jefferson Street into the municipal street system. I'm really surprised this has never been done.
Yeah,
The roads have been there forever.
Mhm.
Any discussion?
I didn't never know they had names.
Oh, yeah.
I've lived here all my life, and I go, where are those streets?
I can tell you right where they're at.
I know, I
had to
looked
look
at
them
the
up,
maps.
I had to look them up too, and
Yeah.
I've lived here 64 years.
Yeah.
That's how they got missed.
Thanks, blame me.
Great. Any further discussion? Motion made by Barlow, supported by Nesbit, to adopt resolution 2025-05. No further discussion, roll call.
Rocha,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yeah.
Barlow,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. State's gonna give us so much money for road funding this year, we need to get every little street in there.
Yeah, well, that was my other question originally. why we were doing that.
Okay, item F. Motion to approve under direction of staff, Hastings Downtown Business Team requests to hold spring Girls Night Out event on Thursday, May 1st, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and adopt resolution 2025-06, stating the necessary ordinance.
I'll make the motion to approve and adopt resolution 2025-06. And staying the necessary ordinances.
Brim?
Yeah.
Okay, motion by McLean, support by Brim, to adopt resolution 2025-06, stating the necessary ordinance to allow the Hastings Downtown Business Team to hold Spring Girls Night Out event on Thursday, May 1st, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Discussion.
Well, I was kind of confused by the display of wares or merchandise, and no person doing business shall display his goods by placing his goods upon the sidewalk. Does that mean, because then in something else later it said they could be outside their business on the sidewalk, so I was confused.
That's
And I know.
So
kind
the,
of why you were adopting that ordinance.
yes,
Okay.
so the ordinance doesn't allow the display of goods on sidewalks, so that's why you have to pass the resolution to allow them to.
Okay.
But we are looking at amending that ordinance for the
Okay.
future, just so that you're aware.
Is this the only ordinance?
What?
This is the only ordinance you're gonna amend?
Well, you've already amended a few tonight.
Any other questions, comments?
Since you comments, how do you spell girls? Yeah, I see it spelled 2 different ways, 3 different ways.
Oh, like with the apostrophe?
Some with apostrophe, some
I don't know, it's a mystery.
One of them.
I wouldn't ask.
With apostrophe is possessive,
Yeah.
without is plural.
But which is it?
Have to read the context.
We'll have to.
We'll
Well,
review
Have
it
to
carefully.
inquire of the
I'm
organizers.
sorry I asked that question, I'd like to
Is
withdraw
it the
it.
girls' night and they own the night, or is it?
A bunch of girls.
Girls own it.
That's their name.
What's that say about a fast
Oh,
my
God.
I'm right here with you, I'm supporting you.
Make Jerry go home early.
Okay, we have a motion and a support, to adopt resolution 2025-06. Any further comment? If not, roll call.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item G, motion to approve resolution 2025-07 for applicant SC Clan LLC AB doing business as Full Moon Saloon, submission to the Michigan Liquor Control Commission for issuance of a social district permit.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve resolution 2025-07.
I'll support that motion.
Motion by McLean, supported by Rezegi, to approve resolution 2025-07 for applicant SC Clan LLC ABA Full Moon Saloon, submission to the Michigan Liquor Control Commission for issuance of a social district permit. Discussion?
So it looks to me like they're asking for the parking lot behind the Full Moon Saloon to be like maybe roped off or something. I guess I don't understand what this
Yeah.
map is.
Can you tell us about it, Dan?
Yeah, that's a great question. No, as part of the social district process that City Council adopted to participate in back in 2021, participating restaurants, bars that want to participate in the social district common areas, beverages, first of all, their first step is to apply to the local unit of government and to have the City Council adopt a resolution, and that allows them to move forward with the Michigan Liquor Control Commission to actually gain a permit or a special social district license to allow for the outdoor sales of adult beverages within the common boundaries of the social district. So the common area of the social district is on that map, which encompasses those areas. So that's exactly what it's for.
It includes everything in that yellow.
Everything in that
That's
yellow
correct.
area is where any of the participating providers and assuming adoption of this and approval by the Michigan Liquor Control, will have 4 participating bar restaurants that can allow the hops cups to be sold for outdoor consumption in that boundary of the commons area.
And the purple squiggly line is an exclusion area?
Purple squiggly line.
Oh, I
I
see
see
it.
it too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is either.
It's just a purple squiggly line.
I think that's a private street, isn't it? A private drive?
Private drive.
Oh, yeah, is that a parking lot?
No.
That's just a
Parking lot, isn't it?
access road.
Right.
So yeah, ignore the purple squiggly line.
Yeah.
The yellow boundaries are what's most important.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Oh, yeah,
They
that's
can
not
do
really
anything in that
the
area.
person
If they
on
get
that
the
road.
approval,
Yeah.
you can carry a drink or food from Old Town Tavern over to Seasonal Grill, or down here to Waldorf's, or up to Sports Tap.
Or all those beautiful
All
new seats that we have
That whole
downtown.
area that's encompassed in that yellow line, you can carry alcohol and food around those different places.
And, Mr. Mayor, there's no time, there's like no time from, that's all year round, right? There's no,
Right.
That's correct. It is 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. is the hours that City Council's established for social district commons area consumption.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, we have a motion by McLean, supported by Rezegi, to adopt resolution 2025-07. No further comments, roll call.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Rocha,
yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, next item, item H, entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-09, to approve the submission only of an application for local bridge preventative maintenance funding for the Michigan Avenue Bridge. This would be an application to the state of Michigan.
Correct. Yep, the local agency program.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Okay, motion from Brem, supported by Barlow, to approve resolution 2025-09, to approve the submission of an application for local bridge preventative maintenance funding from Michigan, for the Michigan Avenue Bridge. Any questions?
It's just a 5% match of the 2 to 250. Correct.
They might give it all to us.
And I'd love it. That'd be great.
Yeah. Know anybody in Lansing?
No, a couple.
So,
Not on good terms.
is this something that, when you write this application, would it do us any good to have some of our, like our local legislatures, maybe our state senator, draft letters for, maybe support of this project?
I don't think letters of support are a part of the grant application.
Okay, okay,
Our engineering firm is handling the grant application for us.
okay. Because I'm always looking for somehow we can grab somebody out of Lansing and see them support some of these projects.
Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but.
Okay,
It's
we
good to
have a
have
motion
support.
by Brem, supported by Barlow, to approve resolution 2025-09. Any other questions?
What is the actual main part of the bridge that needs to go under
The whole thing.
the whole thing?
It needs to be
So,
redone and painted.
the reason why we started this project was the paint is flecking off and looks really bad. But there are some other maintenance things that could be done to improve the, how long the bridge lasts. So we're adding those items into the grant application as well to help it be more competitive. It's worth a try. Our engineer said that there were some similar bridges that they worked on that they were able to secure funding on. Because my first concern was, well, this, paint flex is just not going to be competitive. But it really is a preventative maintenance issue. So it's certainly worth the application. It would put the project likely in 2028, so that's several years out. But that's okay. We can wait, especially if we're getting a significant amount of funding for it. There's no, issues with the functionality or safety of the bridge. It's mostly aesthetic. So we can certainly wait that long if it's gonna be funded. But that was the primary reason why we started addressing this, was all the paint flicks.
We were shocked when we found out how much it could cost.
Yeah.
It's not that old either.
But that bridge has to be totally encapsulated, whatever they do, so none of that they blow off there ends up in the river.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
why it's
big part of the
expensive.
cost, yeah.
That bridge, I think, is 12 years old.
And we must remember, I drive it every day, so it's important.
Well, how did you enjoy it when that bridge was out?
I didn't work there when it was out.
I lived where I was at, and I had to go, it would take me half an hour to get downtown.
Oh, I bet it did, yes.
Okay, we have a motion by Brem, supported by Barlow, to approve resolution 2025-09. No further questions? Roll call.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, next item on the agenda. Motion to approve a change order for the refeeding of electrical to the fish hatchery restrooms in the amount of $11,100.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Nesbit, supported by McLean. To approve the change order for let me read that again. Motion to approve the change order for the refeeding of electrical to fish hatchery park restrooms in the amount of $11,100. We have a motion by Nesbit, supported by McLean. Discussion. Roll call.
Brem,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Any idea when they're gonna do that, so they can get going on that building?
They were waiting for this approval so they could do it. Yep, the masons have been out there working for a bit.
Good.
So, yeah, drive by and see it if you haven't checked out the improvements.
No, I haven't been driving for a while.
No, I'll take a picture and send it out. That'll work better.
Okay, next item, motion to approve the modifications to the City of Hastings Employee Handbook as presented. Everybody get a chance to look at it?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Do I hear a motion to approve modifications?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Motion by Brem, supported by Deveroy, to approve the modifications to the City of Hastings Employee Handbook as presented. Questions? Roll call.
McLean,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Move right along.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, not bad for somebody on a medication. Okay, next item, item L, motion to approve the installation of 3 Signet insertion flow meters on wells number 1, 3, and 4 by Peerless Midwest for the amount of $10,860.30. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion. Support.
Okay, a motion by Barlow, supported by Rezegi, to approve the installation of 3 Signet insertion flow meters on wells number 1, 3, 4 by Peerless Midwest for the amount of $10,860.30. Discussion.
Where's the return on investment on this? That's $10,000 expenditure. What does it save us?
Do you want to describe why we're doing this and the issues
Well, we have our
with that?
superintendent of the wastewater and water plant.
Well,
Let him.
look at there.
Vern, I saw you sitting back there. I figured somebody'd ask a question, so go ahead.
Yes, there is no return on investment as much as there is a quality control. We've never had any kind of flow meters on these wells. We've never been monitoring the flow from these wells. So what we're looking to do is upgrade the well. We have several upgrades already. We've gone to VFDs for the motors, but we've never had any way to monitor the flow coming to the plant.
VFDs?
Variable frequency drive.
Okay.
So the return on investment is more of a quality control type return on investment. We're going to use this to bring into the SCADA system at the water treatment plant our supervisory control data acquisition system that we have that controls the wells, the plant high service pumps, tower levels, pressures throughout our system. And what this will do is it'll allow us to monitor the flow coming from each individual well and be able to control that with those frequency drives that we had installed several years ago.
Okay.
Does this help you monitor, Vern, when maybe you got a well that's not
Absolutely.
flowing like it should?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If our wells are rated, right now they're 1,400 gallons a minute. If it starts flowing 1,200 gallons a minute, we'll know it. And then we can have somebody come in, take a look at it, maybe pull it and inspect it before it fails.
And we've had some problems that we suspect certain causes of, but because we don't have these meters, we don't really know all the pieces that would help us identify that.
This is more of a diagnostic tool.
Correct. Diagnostic, monitoring,
Yeah,
yes.
monitoring.
So it's preventative maintenance for other
Yeah.
issues that can come up.
It will help with preventative, correct.
Yeah.
Any
Thank you.
questions?
Good answer.
Thanks, Vern. Okay, we have a motion by Barlow, supported by Rezegi, to approve the installation of 3 Signet insertion flow meters on wells 1, 3, and 4 by Peerless Midwest for the amount of $10,860.30. No further questions, roll call.
Excuse me, Stenzelbart,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yeah.
Brem,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, item M. This is what was left to you tonight on your desk area. It's a motion to authorize the signing of a LLL with MD7 regarding the future ATT easement upon final review of the city manager and city attorney. Do I hear that motion?
I'll make the motion, Your Honor.
Support.
Okay, motion by Stenzelbart, supported by Brum, to authorize the signing of a, is that LOL?
It's LOI.
LOI.
It's a letter of intent.
With MD7 regarding the future AT&T easement upon final review of the city manager and the city attorney. Any discussion, questions? We have the expert sitting right over there, so tell you anything you want to know.
This is just a non-binding document.
Yes,
We're not-
so this signals to them that we're interested in moving forward and they're willing to invest in the documents and surveys and things that go along with this.
Okay.
But this will, as I've noted in the memo, be changed to reflect some things that the city manager, or city attorney, no, that's not the right thing, that the city attorney wants to see included in that, but just because of scheduling and vacations and things, we haven't been able to get together.
Okay. I'm sorry I hadn't read this. Not good reading. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I know that one of the issues we had when this first came up was the different exchange that we could have done. It could have been one time, it could have been a partial 50, 25 years, so on and so forth. The way this reads in the LOI, it looks like we've settled on the 6.5 in immediate funds and no other, nothing else was discussed on that? Or?
That is what the consensus of council was that you were interested in, was the 50-year.
50 years, 625, okay.
Was that this year? Was he on the council then? We voted on that?
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what
I don't think so.
I don't
Well, that would be why I don't. Okay. That answers my question.
Well, but if you have any questions, great to answer.
Yeah.
Or ask them. So. Any other questions? Roll call.
McLean,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Devroy,
Yeah.
Barlow,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Nesbit,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Staff presentations policy discussion, item A. Y'all go ahead with that, Sarah?
Yes, so in your packet, you have the proposed timeline for the different steps towards the council appointment process. The deadline to appoint, I believe, is May 15th. We intend that by Thursday, April 3rd, the notice to be placed in the newspaper. Of course, we'll also place it on our website. Monday, May 5th at 4 o'clock will be the deadline for letters of interest to be submitted to the clerk's office. Monday, May 12th at 6, we would schedule the workshop for the interviews for those who applied. And then at 7, we would have further deliberation and appointment as a part of the regular council meeting. And then the following regular meeting, Tuesday, May 27th, the new member would take the oath of office.
We don't need to vote on this, it's just what we're planning on doing, right?
Yeah, if anybody has any concerns about the schedule, we can make adjustments. I was hoping we would be able to push everything up a little bit, but with budget workshop and stuff, it just wasn't quite aligning. But this will get us where we need to go within the deadline.
Any questions about that? Okay, thank you. City manager report.
We need to put in our confirmation of how much, I know no one wants to talk about winter, but road salt for next year. We are estimating 700 tons. So we are committed to purchase within a certain percentage of that amount. That's the same that we put in for last year. So it won't be until August that you see the actual purchase order come before you for approval, but we are committed at the time of estimate to purchase at least that sum. So I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. Also wanted to note that I did authorize the emergency purchase of a rental. It's not really a purchase, but a rental of a Vactor truck. Our Vactor has to go back to the shop. It's leaking water everywhere. It's $13,500 for the month. It's very expensive, but if they're able to fix our Vactor before the month's over, they do credit back the difference. So that's a good thing. We use the Vactor every day. It's a very critical piece of equipment, so we definitely need to rent one. There's progress being made on the Green and Market Street project. We had some back and forth about how the financing of it was going to work. We were able to nail down a process with our municipal financial advisor as well as our engineering firm. I anticipate that you'll have the notice of intent to issue bonds for your approval at our next meeting on April 14th. That initiates the bonding process, which is a 90-day process. We anticipate having the funds available to spend by mid-July. That means that the contractor could start in July. Really the whole project, just with the size of the project, is an entire construction season. So when we bid this out this spring, we're going to give the bid responders the opportunity to propose an alternative schedule. So what that will likely mean is that they either do the first phase, which would be Market Street and Green between Market and Broadway first, and do that still this year in 2025, and do the remainder of the project in spring of 26, or potentially to move everything to 2026. We want to make sure that we get good bids. A lot of contractors have already bid on large projects for 2025. We don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get good bids from them. So by having a little bit more flexible of a schedule, we can be more inclusive of good contractors. So that is upcoming for you to review. I also wanted to let you know that we continue to work on continued ambulance service. As you know, Mercy has requested a public subsidy from the city and the townships within the Birch area and Hope Township to continue to operate. I have been made aware that one of the townships may not be participating. I did speak with Rodney this afternoon, and he assured me that he would not be coming to the city and the other townships for additional funds if this other township comes out of the agreement. So that was nice to know. The township supervisors and I are trying to put together some sort of meeting where we can talk about next steps. That hasn't been scheduled yet, to my knowledge. But I anticipate having enough information for you to present and make a decision at the April 14th meeting. So that was a lot today, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions? I had a question on Green Street.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they start in July, and you said that'd be the rest of this year, and then next year, probably till they probably be done by June. Is that gonna create a problem for Barry Roubaix next year? Should we?
We'll work around it.
Okay.
Yeah, and as long as they know well enough in advance,
Well, I knew
we can
they
schedule. Because
they
we had
kinda-
talked about it for this year too.
Right.
Because we weren't sure when construction was going to kick off, but we ended up getting delayed. Actually, Consumers Energy is going to start working on a gas main replacement over there. So we've worked with them. They know that they need to be off-site in the days leading up to Barry Roubaix, and we just work around it.
So are they gonna move any they're not telephone poles, utility poles on Green Street?
I don't recall.
Okay. Anyhow, any other questions? Go ahead, John.
On the ambulance service, what happens if more townships decide not to do this as well? Because I've heard some more that are questioning.
I have been told that the request for what we are being asked to pay is not going to increase.
Even if everybody else declines it?
That is what I've been told. It's my understanding. And some of the townships have already voted in favor of it.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Also in your packet, you have Dale Boulder's monthly report. And like always, Dale wants to get up and talk, so. Nice to see you, Dale.
Same here, sir. So just a couple things. St. Patrick's Day Parade, everything went off great, but there was something missing.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out until the end, and the guy in the green suit, I didn't see him. But yeah, somebody said he may be here tonight, but anyway, it was a good event. It was kind of a small parade, which typically is, but it went off pretty well. So another thing I want to keep mentioning every time I get up the opportunity to sit up here and speak with everybody is a committee's been formed for the First Responders Day Out, formerly known as National Night Out. We wanted to change it up a little bit. Instead of the first Tuesday of the month, we're doing it on a weekend, a Saturday. So July 12th, and we've obviously, as you well know, we have the Titan Park scheduled for that day. So the committee's working on quite a few things, and it's going to be exciting. So again, I'm going to mention it just so anybody listening or can share. More the merrier to come to the event. So other than that, everything's going pretty well. So any questions I can answer for you, I'm here for you.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. In your packet, you also have Clerk Treasurer Perrin's monthly financial report. Anything to add, Linda?
I do not.
Any questions of Linda? Because I'm sure everybody read the financial report.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody understands it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it.
Item C, Community Development Director Dan King's monthly report. Anything to add, Dan?
Well, the only thing I'll mention is before you meet again, the Barry Roubaix will have taken place. Remember that the pre-event activities are on Friday, April 11th, and the race is Saturday, April 12th. So come out and support the racers.
Any questions of Dan? I have this favorite thing I do is I challenge the council to show up at the Barry Roubaix. Go up there and stand on the corner of Green Street and Church Street. There's so much energy up there, you know, and I know a lady lives across the street and her house has got to be shaking. So anyhow, I'll be there. So and I think Chief Jordan will be there also.
Sure will.
Okay. Reports and communication in your packets, the draft DDA minutes of March 20th, 2025. Anybody have any questions about that? If not, entertain a motion to accept item A and place on file.
Make that motion. Support.
Motion by Bram, supported by Nesbit, to place item A, draft DDA minutes of March 20th, 2025 on file. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Public comment.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Jansons. I'm the new county emergency manager. Just wanted to take a couple minutes here to introduce myself and just answer any questions or concerns that you may have. While I might be new in the position, I've been working with Jim Yarger for close to a decade now. So I'm not really new to emergency management. I'm also not really new to this community. I've worked with Hastings Fire for a little over a decade now, HPD as well, and previously worked with United Way in emergency housing and emergency utilities and veteran affairs. And then I've been in fire and EMS total for a little over 20 years now as a paramedic and transport EMS. So I have a pretty broad range of background and experiences, and if there's any things that come to mind that I'm here to answer or provide any guidance. So yeah, with that, thank you for your time, and if you have any questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Patrick Jansons. Sorry, I'm not too far away.
Jensen, not Jansen.
Jansons. Yes. Yes.
Plural.
Jansens.
Jansen.
Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Anybody else for public comment? You're not part of the public, are you, Vern? Okay, mayor and council comments. I, for one, am going to be sorry to see you go, Bill, and I wish you the best health. Like I said, I've been laid up for the last probably 10 days, and I know what it feels like. So
Yeah, I noticed you weren't at the parade either.
no, your health's everything, and I tell you what, that was a real disappointment to me. If I could have crawled there, I think I would have, but I just wasn't in the physical condition, and I was on drugs. Any comments tonight, Bill?
I have nothing tonight, other than I've enjoyed my time on council, and I guess I have a little bit. I appreciate council's efforts in providing the tools and the funds to help support the police department and hiring in the way that we did the last couple of years with supporting candidates through the academy. I think that's one of the first things that I had mentioned coming on council was, let's do something like that, you know. And the improvements with the fire station. Chief Jordan, you've done an awesome job. I appreciate that. Welcome aboard to emergency management. I know you're gonna fill Mr. Yarger's shoes fine. And also, you know, even with the 911 tower, that project, that really meant something to me because my background in law enforcement, I remember the days where my radio wouldn't reach anywhere. Okay. So with that, thank you for the opportunity to serve. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Terry?
We talk smack about you for not showing up at the parade, but other than that, I'm good.
Norman?
No, sir.
I have nothing.
I just had one question, basically to Sarah. I think sometimes our community isn't very well aware of our social district or what it means or how it works, and is there anything that we can do as a city to maybe promote that? Because I think it's great that Full Moon Saloon is joining, and I mean, sometimes I forget myself, but with the summer coming up and being able to like take your drink and your food outside in that beautiful new streetscape that we have, and how do we get the word out for people to utilize the social district and incorporate all the new seating areas that we have and the fireplace? I just wondered if there's something that in the water bill or on Facebook, just a little snippet about it.
Yeah, we could probably do something in the newsletter for sure. I know the downtown business team in the past has tried to promote it through some of the events. we had the dance party events.
Mhm.
Was that last year, Dan,
Mhm.
or the year before? I can't remember now. They will be coming back soon. Awesome. So there's definitely more that can be done to create awareness that it's there, because it is a really nice district, and we have a lot of public seating and the
Mhm.
fireplace and canopies and things.
I know.
So definitely can promote that more.
Bill, I'm sorry to see you go as well. It's nice serving with you. Thank you.
Dan? Really? John?
Just for future's sake, that I'd like to say we could have fit that little green leprechaun between me and my passenger.
Right.
So next time that happens.
He's hoping there isn't one.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I went to go see a Hastings High School's Joseph and Mason Technicolor Dreamcoat last week, 2 weeks ago, and it was phenomenal performance done by all there at the Performing Arts Center. It was a great job. The pit was fantastic. The crew, actors, everybody up and down. It was a phenomenal time, and I think everybody agrees that was a really good time. So I just wanted to give a hats off to that and to what they're doing up there at the high school. And then just a curious question, I'm just going to throw it out there. As I do a lot of event planning, and I go to a lot of events in the community, county, and different things. And one of the things that I've noticed is that Berry County doesn't have a 4th of July parade. We don't. In fact, Ionia doesn't either, strangely enough. They have 5Ks, they have river walks, the grand parade for Ionia, which is like a week and a half later after 4th of July. We don't have a parade, and I know WBCH, and I know the Chamber of Commerce, I know they do their different parades as well. But just kind of putting a little feather in the cap, because it might be another opportunity for Hastings to kind of put ourselves on the map when there really isn't anything. You've got to go to Lansing or Charlotte, or you've got to go to Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek to kind of get something, and we don't really have anything for our community other than the 4th of July parade. The fireworks in Middleville are phenomenal, they're fantastic. We just don't have a parade here, so I might explore that a little bit more, but I'm just curious about that, and if anybody has any questions or would like to kind of piggyback off that, I'd love to maybe explore that a little bit more.
Okay. That's it. So I was thinking when she was talking about how we could promote the social district downtown, I think we ought to have the city garage build a sandwich board with all the advertising on it, have Dan walk up and down the sidewalk with it.
Yeah.
Marketing 101.
Dan, aren't you glad I'm feeling better?
Was that the draw?
Okay, no further comments. Item A, consider entering into closed session as permitted by Public Act 267 of 1976, Section 15.268-8C for strategy and negotiation session connected with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement. Do I hear a motion to go into closed session?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Okay, a motion by Brem, supported by McLean, to go into closed session as permitted by Public Act 267 of 1976, Section 15.268-8C for strategy and negotiation session connected with negotiations of collective bargaining agreement. Roll call.
Where am I? Barlow.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Nesbit.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, we're in closed session. Everybody take a few minutes if you need to, and then we'll meet right over the conference room.